The house was a boarding house for 27 years. Nine documented deaths. One was a suicide. I don't know who all haunts the villa. I can tell you that I think that there are lots of, I don't want to say things, but lots of spirits that have nothing to do with the house that just come and go as they please. And I think there are spirits that are attached to the house. Well, the house was built in 1889. It was built in 1 year for $14,000 for John McInteer, who is a saddle and harness maker. He was also into real estate. He was one of the wealthiest men in Kansas, and I was told he was not allowed to build his house on the rich side of town, which I'm not good with my north, south, east, or west, that way. But he has stained glass all around the house. Most people had it on one window or the front of the house, and that's it because it was very expensive. He has it all around with his name etched in the back of the house, facing the rich people as an FU, because he wasn't allowed to build there. This kitchen that we walked through earlier, this kitchen used to be the mudroom back in the day when the house was built. The garage was actually a 2-story carriage house, where I was told the servants lived on the 2nd floor of the carriage house. The only room that's locked off to people is a small room off of the kitchen. It's right over here. That used to be the kitchen. Maybe next time when you guys come back, it'll be open. It's very active. So I'll walk you guys through and tell you a little bit about the house and leave it to you guys. This is not original. I think this might have been a hallway because it okay. I'm not gonna be that person. Did you hear that? I'm not gonna do it. So when we come down the other side of the house on those stairs, there you'll see where the kitchen, or what used to be the kitchen, that door, and it kind of looks like this would be a hallway or something. Of course, I'm not sure. I don't have the blueprints. So this actually used to be the front door, and there is a picture of here, I'll just walk you guys through here. There is a picture of a lady on a porch right here. Mr. McInteer's first wife died after living here 1 year. He remarried 3 years later, and her name was Anna. And I believe this is Anna because of the time frame of the picture. That porch is no longer here, but the house is on the historical registry, so it has to be exact. So right now we just use the door in what I call Goldie's room, which is right over here. I use that as the front door. Main set of stairs. I tell people this is the noisiest set of stairs. Well, it's hard to explain, but it's just the footsteps, the voices. It's like something stands here and just watches, like, who's here now, kind of thing. The other set of stairs, they're the most uncomfortable for me anyway. The house was a boarding house for 27 years. Let's see, 9 documented deaths. One was a suicide. One of the deaths, and we're going to walk in a circle here, was around the corner here. This room I call Goldie's room. Goldie lived here by herself from 1952 to 1969. She died in this rocking chair. There's a picture of Goldie here. How she lived here by herself, I have no idea. I spend the night by myself and it's uncomfortable. But she was in the FBI in San Francisco. She was a classically trained violinist in the Denver Orchestra. Excuse me, and there's a picture of her on the piano here when she was in the Denver Orchestra. She taught piano. She was the youngest stenographer or court reporter in the world. She was 12. Sometimes you hear the piano. It's one key. It sounds like my doorbells, but my doorbells don't work. So if you hear that, it's probably the piano. I do tell people that, cameras everywhere, they pick up a lot of EVPs. So I can play them for you. It's little things like, I'll do this. This is an example of an EVP that we did not hear, but I tell people I can go back 10 days and check cameras. So by one of the pocket doors between the dining room and Goldie's room, a friend was here, or 2 people were here investigating, and, it was me and a friend. She heard 3 knocks. I didn't hear them. Now it's not going to let me pull them up. Okay, well, there we go. So I didn't hear the knocks or the taps. She heard them. So I got on my camera And then she tried to mimic the taps, and she goes, "Yep, that's it, that's it." And then something says, "That's not it." So, so it's there. So that's not it. And then it continues to say, "Not it, idiot." But it's little things like that that no, but most people don't ask me to check a camera for three little taps. They just hear them and they think, okay, there are taps. But we never would have known that they were talking to us if I hadn't checked the camera. So for any reason, just write down a time frame and a room, and I can check the cameras.
Okay.
But I can't really tell you what room was used for what, except because I don't have the blueprints. I think that was always the dining room. The kitchen was the mudroom. This room over here, there's a bathroom in here. This I just call TV room. There's a TV in there. I don't know if it was an office, so I'm pretty creative. I don't want to brag, but you're welcome. This is piano room. I don't know if you know why, but oh my gosh, I should probably not teach classes on ghost hunting ever. But Goldie's room, because Goldie died in here. So it's easy to remember what room you're in. But the TV room, I used to tell people is the least active, and it's not. I was lying, I guess. But the bathrooms, I think, are the most active in the house. And I can't prove it because there are no cameras in the bathrooms. You're welcome. You're welcome. But they are, and I don't know if it's because they're bathrooms and they know there are no cameras, or if it's because it was something else back in the day, because it wasn't the bathroom when the house was built. I don't know why bathrooms are the most active, but they are. So that's actually where I put the 2 recorders when you guys first got here, and I ran upstairs. I put a recorder in each of the bathrooms upstairs because they are, in my opinion, actually a lot of people's opinions, it's the most active, the 2 bathrooms upstairs. Some people won't use them. I will, it's a bathroom. but yes, excuse me. So this, like I said, piano room. This is what was the main entrance. This, and I will just so it's easier to hear. I don't know who all haunts the villa. I can tell you that I think, again, in my opinion, that there are lots of, I don't want to say things, but lots of spirits that have nothing to do with the house that just come and go as they please. And I think there are spirits that are attached to the house. But I've been told lots of kids here. I don't know who these kids are, but I've been told they play hide and seek here. I did put, also people give me some creepy baby dolls, and there they are. But there are chairs under here, just goes all the way underneath. I put my recorder on that high chair and asked what your name is. I heard you play hide and seek here. Is it Alice? Is it Mary? Very clearly got the response Emma, and I don't know who Emma is. I was walking through here giving a tour one day, and a girl heard a high pitch, just like a high pitched little noise. And so I checked the camera, and a kid was saying, "Mama." So like I said, for any reason, I can check the cameras, even if it's silly. This room, I don't think is original to, well, I don't think it's original when the house was built. Just a thought. Somebody had mentioned there are 2 handrails, and normally there's only 1 handrail. The material here is different than the rest. The rest sound like concrete. I don't know. I'm just assuming that this is not an original room. I don't know what it was for, but I have it as a little sitting room or a scrying room. There's a scrying mirror in there. This room, I didn't turn the AC on. This room, well, this is the primary room suite, so there are 3 rooms connected. And again, I'm just guessing if it's the primary room. That out of the 5 fireplaces, 4 are downstairs, 1 is up here. So that's why I'm assuming it's these 3 rooms. This room I call Lucy's parlor. Boy, my room names. There's no Lucy attached to the house. My dog's name is Lucy, and she's Lucifer. She's the devil. So I named a room after her. So that's Lucy's room. If you see a Lucy, you didn't. So there's that. Now, I don't want to exclude this. I'm sure that lots of things make me sound weird, but this will really make me sound bizarre. But my dad helped me buy the house 5.5 years ago, and I wouldn't have it without him. So here's my dad. I'm like, "Dad, stir shit up." And I do that every tour because 1, it keeps me from crying. 2, I don't want to exclude him. And 3, it's a business, so stir shit up. So yeah, there he is. He passed away 3.5 years, or April 14th was 3 years. So there he is. Some people say they've talked to him. I don't think he's here, but if you get an Ernie, Ernie, then I'm like, Ernie in the urn, which is so weird to say. But again, if I laugh and say stupid stuff, it keeps me from tearing up. But so back in the day, my brother's name is Ernie also. So they always called them Big Ern and Little Ern. I'm like, and now they can't. That sounds so stupid. But so my brother goes, "What do you say to people?" I'm like, never mind. It's bizarre. But there's my dad, Ernie. This mirror gets extra faces. And by extra faces, I mean plain as day. It's not, this is, like I said, original mirror. This one always looks like a hand. This looks like a lady with her hair pulled up. If something appears, it's, you don't have to question it. It is just there. And I'll show you an example. This girl took a selfie and it was in this room. So if something appears, it's very clear. My phone's kind of dirty. But so this is behind her. It'd be, and this is zoomed in.
Oh.
So it'd be the back of her head if it were her, because that's what we thought at first, but that doesn't look like the back of her head.
No, and it's too high.
And it's too high, yes. This room is the library. I had this as my room when I first bought the house, and it's, I don't know how to describe this room. It's active. It's very active. The suicide. So out of the 9 deaths, there was 1 suicide. It was so active in this room, I moved my stuff downstairs to what used to be the kitchen, but it's just as active, so I'm going to move all my stuff out. But the suicide was in 1922, October the 10th. I'm looking over here at the mannequin just because Mr. McInteer's second wife, her name was Anna. She had 3 sons. She had Peter, and Peter's in the square picture. She had Fred is the middle son. He's the rectangle picture. Charles is the youngest. I don't have a picture of Charles. So this is the recorder that I put at, turn off. And I don't know, obviously, if anything said anything, but it's voice activated. So let's.
Was that during our time?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's when she's been there.
Oh.
I mean, since we've been here.
Yes.
When she ran up and
Put it in there.
put it in there, she turned it up on.
So
He had lots to say.
he does in that short amount of time. It's been kind of crazy up here. I want to say, I'll just go and turn it off. Last week when I was giving a tour, it was a full-on conversation. You hear a man, a woman, a child, and the recorder was in the bathroom here. And I went to change the batteries because they were almost dead, and it erased everything.
Oh,
So
no.
I got on the camera because I don't even know where camera fell down. Okay, well, there is a camera in here somewhere. I think it's behind the couch. But you can hear people talking, but it's so faint. And if I hadn't heard this first, I would think that it was just a family outside. You could just hear them talking. Like you could hear the door handle jiggle. You could hear open the door, get back here, don't leave. So it's lots of times you can't really hear what they're saying on these stupid recorders, but
There's something there.
but there's something talking. And so that's why I put them in like I said, the weird spots like the bathrooms. He's still going. So I'll turn this back on. Now this room here is pretty much, well, okay, so I keep the doors closed when the ACs are on just because it keeps the rooms cool. And to me, this still isn't the yelling, even though he's getting loud. I was going to see if it would tell the difference like when I'm talking because I'm loud. So we must still be downstairs. I don't know what he's saying, but that's probably why people won't use that bathroom. That could be it. But anyway, I keep the doors closed. This door here does the handle jiggles. Some people have watched it jiggling. I will sit in the hallway and slide my recorder under the door. This door opens up on its own. And it has a little, I mean, it's got a latch, but there we go. We shall see. We shall see. Hallway, again, my least favorite place to be. This is, do they still work? I'm making sure. And there should be cat balls all over the place. This doll I got in Omaha at an oddity store. They told me his name was Oliver, and I'm like, it's Thomas. Don't know why. But there was a lady here, and I was giving a tour. We're all down here, and she said that the doll looks like her husband. Asked if she could take pictures, and I'm like, yes, you can. And she said they're at Atchison to spread his ashes, and I said, I'm sorry for your loss. What was your husband's name? And she said Thomas, and the cat balls were lighting up like crazy. And she showed me a picture, and it actually did look like him.
Oh, wow.
But it was, I don't know, it's crazy. I've gotten the name Oliver. I've gotten the name Thomas. I don't know what his name is. It could be Oliver. So I've been calling him Tom Oliver because I think we've established I'm pretty good with coming up with names. Yes. There is a man-sized mannequin in here, so I don't want it to freak anybody out. There's that. So sometimes I'm not everyone's cup of tea, so it's kind of funny when sometimes I just don't tell people that he's in there because it's, it's my own entertainment. Just for me. But this doll here has human hair. I named her Esmeralda. There are, oh, I didn't show you guys this. This is probably why I don't like the hallway. Yeah. So that, I don't know who it is. I have no idea. It's funny because I do a lot of podcasts and they'll ask me like, who's my favorite spirit? I'm like, I don't make friends with them. My dad would tell me to make friends with them. And I'm like, Dad, I don't make friends in real life. So that's not going to happen. So I don't know who it is. So I don't know who he is. But in this room, this shadow person was captured. So he was leaning out the door. Oops, let me do this. So he was inside this room and he's taking up like the whole door frame. But it's kind of interesting when I read newspaper articles from when Mr. and Mrs. Girardi owned the house. Actually, when Mrs. Girardi did an article with Kansas City Star, I think back in 2012, they were talking about shadow people they were seeing at this end of the hallway also. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah. This doll here I got because, well, she's got human hair. And that's just creepy. But a lot of people don't like her. They think there's something attached to her. Maybe not. Excuse me, I don't know. But I was having a girls' night here. It's one of those nights where we thought nothing happened. And the next day, somebody asked me to check my camera because I'm going to scare myself, I swear. Because they heard a man's voice on their recorder. So, let's see here. So I ask, are you happy we're in here? Then my friends will whisper. My friend says, I hate you, Stephanie. And then it's, no, I'm not, stupid, dumb bitch. And an evil kind of laugh. Are you happy that we're in here? She's really screaming at that thing right now. I hate you, Stephanie. Okay, here it is. So as loud as it is, we did not hear it. But I think this is the most active part of the attic, this small corner back here, just a bunch of broken chairs. Well, I guess we were playing with him, but he did have googly eyes in him and they're right here in his hat. So I don't know if he turned his head, but there's a video I have on Instagram and he turns his head so slow. One eye comes out, the other eye comes out, his hat falls off, and they've been up here for like 3.5 years. So, boy, it's hot up here. But, so I'm gonna make sure the cat balls are still working. So the reason I have them on here, it's this, there's something about this area. People have seen a shadow person. Now what's crazy is people have told me furniture has moved, and I don't want to be that person that just doesn't believe people. So, I'm out of breath. But I'm like, oh, that's super cool. And I'm like, yeah, really? But after I said that, I'm doing Estes. I'm sitting in this chair. Actually, it's a different chair. I'm sitting in the corner here by this little table. And I lean forward. Actually, I stand up, sit down. I lean forward. And the chair starts going back and forth this way. Then it scoots to the side. And while I'm in it. And I did put that on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm like, oh, I guess people are correct. Furniture does move up here. Sometimes if you're downstairs, you can hear it being moved. But you don't obviously see it like, oh, that was actually, it's not like going, that'd be kind of cool if it went all the way across the attic. House for sale then. The tower is, wait, it's hot up here, so I'll take you guys downstairs. I'll let you guys go first. But the tower, it's kind of cool. There's a, I was told there's possibly a hanging here. Some people think it's in the tower. Some people think it's back here. If you guys want to go see, I can show you while we're up here. The architect of the house, his name is W. Angelo Powell. He was pretty famous in St. Joseph, Missouri. He also helped design the Washington Monument, the Capitol building. So he was pretty well done. Okay. Now, pay no attention to the, but it's kind of cool. It goes all the way up. I was told that the person who built the house, his name was Owen Seep, that he carved his name up there somewhere. So one day I'll get brave, maybe. Maybe I won't. I don't know. So like I said, there's no documentation of somebody hanging themselves, but people have seen it on the SLS camera. People have gotten the name. They've gotten a name David. I don't know. I've tried to look up at David. I don't know who that is. But yeah, the attic to me has always been pretty comfortable until it's not. That probably doesn't make any sense, but like it feels like you're just surrounded. And I describe it like you're the animal in a zoo, and they're just staring at you like, what is she gonna do next? Well, oh, thank you. It gets so dark you can't see your hand in front of your face. Oh yes, it does. Yes, so it's funny because when people have when people come downstairs, 95% of the time they'll say, "It smells like Grandma's basement." I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
So like that was amazing. I'm like, okay. So each room has its own light. These two just kind of screw on and off. I don't know what took place in the basement. I can tell you that mediums or psychics have told me that possibly illegal abortions, possibly illegal adoptions, possibly illegal liquor sales. No documentation, so I make sure to tell people that. This room, we have heard a baby crying with our ears. These dolls are just here because someone did say whatever's down here wants me to bring a cradle. And I was like, no, people think I'm weird as it is. I'm not going to do it. But then I got bored one night and I'm like, I'll do it. So there's that. Sometimes it's weighted so it doesn't swing that much. I'm turning it on and off. It's going to do this. But if you're just, if no one's run into it or if it's not been turned on or off and it's just swinging, it's kind of interesting. I don't know. So pay attention to that. This is, I like to sit in this room only because something in here likes dirty jokes, and I'm not joking. I think this is a dead one. But this skeleton here has, let me make sure they still work. Okay, they do. Now, this is gonna, well, everything I say sounds weird. But I was down here and I'm by myself in the basement and I'm leaning over him like an idiot. And I'm like, hi, do you want to go wheeling around the basement? And I go, I asked if he wants me to get in the wheelchair with him and go wheeling around the basement. I go, light up the balls. And then something says, light it up, light it up. So we broke up. That sounds weird too. God, everything out of my mouth sounds weird. But it's kind of cool that, okay, now stop lighting up your ball. Oh, I don't know where it's, oh, maybe this is it. And then. So that was in here. Now there's medical equipment just in case if they did do procedures. I found a doctor bag on Facebook Marketplace with the obstetric equipment in it. Twice now in the 5.5 years I've had the house, I've come here and the cabinets are wide open. But I've also been the last person here the night before, so I know that it wasn't just a group. Thank you. I'm not getting that wheelchair with you. This is a Charlie McCarthy doll from the 30s. I put my recorder on him and I said, I just said, hi, Charlie. And I said, my name is Jack. He did have a ball on him, but I don't know where it's at. Anyway, so there was a guy here and he asked, Jack, are you here with me right now? And he says, what the fuck? Which is... So, I don't know where he gets that potty mouth. I have no idea. Some people don't like this room. Some people feel heavy or sick or headaches or cramps. See, this should prove, I don't watch the cameras because the less I know the better. So, I'm like, what? I don't even know. But this room is probably I call it my favorite, least favorite, which means, because if I'm ghosting, I like to be creeped out, I like to be scared. And this room does it. Something, like I said, it's so dark you can't see your hand in front of your face. But something has stood in front of the curtain on the right. It has crawled across the ceiling. We have heard women, well, I said it sounded like a woman moaning, not the good moan, but that she's in pain. That sounds weird. But there are some women sleeping in the piano room. I want to say it was like last year, and they heard full on crying, sobbing, and it was the same noise I heard when I was down here, and it's right above us. So that is the piano room, and I suck at cobweb cleaning? Okay. Well, I suck at dusting. So, but that is the floor upstairs. So if you're both down here and you hear walking around or talking, it's pretty easy to hear. This is actually the baby crying. Isn't that crazy? So the other room that's right over here,
And
somebody...
you don't have a doll that
Nope.
cries?
I don't. I don't. This one is, I say hello, and then...
Like a parrot.
Yeah, yes, like a parrot. Actually, I had two friends thought that was me saying it. I'm like, I do weird shit.
Okay, we're trying to set up the second floor, and as you can see, the music box is already going off. We're going to go ahead and recalibrate it and get everything set up, and the tracer's going off also.
Shall we reset it?
Mm-hmm.
Chaser.
There we go.
Check them out. Play with the cat balls. Show us you're real.
That's good.
Alright. We're leaving you alone.
All right, y'all have fun while we're gone.
Bye.
All right, what's next?
Oh, that goes on this level.
Smile.
Okay. I'm smiling. It said smile.
Okay, McInteer Villa, we'll be back.
Behind you. I come and go.
Lots of spirits that have nothing to do with the house that just come and go as they please, and I think there are spirits that are attached to the house.
I know I am dead. Emma.
I put my recorder on that high chair and asked what your name is. I heard you play hide and seek here. Is it Alice? Is it Mary? Very clearly got the response Emma, and I don't know who Emma is. This doll here I got because, well, she's got human hair, and that's just creepy. But a lot of people don't like her. They think there's something attached to her. Maybe, maybe not.
We're back.
God.
Hello?
Nod.
How are you? How are you? We're back.
Annoying.
Is that noise annoying?
Hello. Let's try to get the mics. Hi. Did you come to visit us? It's not going on. Hi. Did you come to talk to us? Can you tell us who we're talking to? Do you like our music box? That's a pretty cool toy, huh? We're gonna turn the music box off if you keep playing with it. Why don't you try this other toy? Can you try this one? All you gotta do is do this. And it plays music too. If you come over here, this one will play music. Can you step away from the music box? Hey, we're gonna have to turn the music box off.
Can you step away from the music box?
But stay away from it. Step away, step to the side.
Step away from the music box for a couple of minutes so we could talk to you. Maybe we're gonna have to cut it off if you don't step away from it.
Okay. Turn it off. Did you like that music box?
Now, if you want to talk to us, light up one of these cat balls.
Or this one will play music too. Well, my name is Melanie.
And my name is Willie.
And we came from Colorado to visit you.
We got a few devices in here. If you want to talk to us, you have to use one of these devices to communicate. Obviously, you're already familiar with the music box. So we have this other device that has this metal antenna on it that if you get close to it and touch it, it'll play music. So you can answer our questions that way. And we also have the cat ball. You can touch that if you want to communicate with us.
Can you show us your hair by touching that silver rod? No? Okay. You don't have to touch it.
Can you tell us your name?
We're going to move our toys around. Oh, you're going to have to reset that.
Where are you?
We're sitting on the couch. Can you not see us? Can you see us in the dark? Willie said he wanted to see Esmeralda move.
I do want to see Esmeralda move. If you can move, Esmeralda, light up that device that's above your head.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
So we put a new toy on the table. And this one has a silver antenna too. And this one...
Be quiet.
Okay.
Who are we talking to?
We would like to know your name so we can meet you properly.
Megan.
Megan? That's interesting. Well, hello, Megan. How are you?
So how long have you lived here? Well, thank you for communicating with us through that device.
Do you like that song?
If you know what song that is, make it go off again.
Can you sing that song?
Hide.
Hide? Do you want Melanie to play hide and seek with you? So we put some devices out for you to communicate with us here on the second floor. If you look in the bathroom, there's a device with a little metal antenna sticking up from it. You can touch that to communicate. You already know how to use the music box.
Camera.
Yeah, there's 3 cameras right now taping.
You can get in front of any of them. and we'll get your picture.
Where?
Any of the cameras. Can you?
Believe? We believe in you.
Oh, we definitely believe. Can you tell us who we're talking to? It's getting closer. Can you tell us who you are?
Basement.
We're going to the basement a little bit later on. Will you meet us down there and talk to us?
We're not ready to go to the basement just yet. But we will go later. Yeah, it does kind of suck that we can't see.
But this was, I like this concept, but I guess it only works like if you were just that right there, but we know it's probably a party going on down there
Yeah.
that we don't know about. I'm trying to think of another way to do this. Possibly, no, we still couldn't see it.
Quickly finish.
Keep going.
What's that? Quickly finish and one so keep going.
George Charity.
That's the second time we got that.
What happened?
Who is George Charity? Did we look him up already?
I have no idea.